look who I have here. Now, you have a very difficult name, right? I have a hard time pronouncing it, so can you just, for the cameras?
My actual name?
No, your in-game name.
Yes, Fly.
Fly. Okay,
Yes.
so we're here with Fly.
Yes.
F-L-Y. Can we talk about the name? 3 syllables seems to be, 1 syllable, I mean, seems to be a common theme in Dota. Where'd that come from?
It's, nicknames are usually something silly that, were like a little kid and then, it kind of happened and then you stick with it.
No,
so,
you're telling me that Big Daddy is silly? I mean,
okay, Big Daddy is like special, He's like, all right, I'm gonna name myself Big Daddy. And I was like, go for it, It sounded great. But most nicknames are like from just when you were a kid and then it sticks with you. So nothing special to mine, honestly. It's just Fly.
That's it? You just picked it up?
I had so many other nicknames. I used to have a nickname like I was originally known as Bot even. I had like one which is, a long time ago, something like Down or whatever. I don't even remember, honestly. There's so many nicknames and just some of them stick and then you kind of just end up with it. So, even with Simba for a little time was hilarious.
What happened with that? I love that.
Okay, that one actually had a reason for that. It was after my dog, who actually unfortunately passed away, but he passed away in a very heroic moment. He actually jumped in front of my sister when there was a snake. Like an actual poisonous snake, yes, in front of my house. And he fought the snake and he bit the snake, but he also got bit himself and died from poison later. But that dog was amazing. So
that is heroic. So then the name is like...
The name actually had some, reason to it.
No,
yeah, like, no, Simba, pretty sad. But
I was in a really good mood before this, and
I'm
now
sorry.
That's beautiful, man. It
was a great dog.
A great dog indeed. Well, Fly, you're back here. Let's talk a little bit about Dota. You guys had quite the showing at the original major. You won first place. Congratulations. You're looking to do the only team that's won too?
Of course. I mean, that's what we're here for. We never aim for anything but first, honestly.
Oh, yeah? Is that kind of the mentality? A lot of teams are just, as long as we learn, as long as we're improving. But you're a team that's all we want to get first every time?
Definitely. I mean, you have to aim for first place if you want to be a winning team. You learn from your losses, and that's, one of the great things about like the format. That we lost to newbie, for example, and then we're gonna learn from that, and now we can move on. We still can lose a series, and still come back from it. But overall, we always aim for first place, of course.
Oh, all right. Well, that's super interesting. So let's talk about the majors. First one was great. Shanghai, something happened, and now we're here. So, I mean, what happened at Shanghai? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, it was a mixture of things. Like, first of all, I don't think we prepared as hard as we should have. Like, we had some scrims and it went well, and then we kind of like, all right, we felt confident, we're gonna go with this. And then later on we realized we only been scrimming like 1 or 2 teams all the time, and turned out those teams were actually not very good.
Yeah.
We scrimmed a lot of Chinese teams, and they were not very good at that major.
No.
So we had a very wrong idea of how to play Dota at that time, and we kind of just slacked off, honestly, and paid for it in the end. But we learned a lot from it. Like, we're never gonna make that mistake again.
I mean, I can tell that you know exactly what went wrong, and from the looks of it, I mean, you've worked on that very well. You're doing pretty good here at the majors this time, and we're expecting to see you go pretty far. So, how are you guys feeling as a team? Are you confident? You're good to go here?
Yeah, we're definitely feeling good. I think we have a lot to learn still, and I still rate some teams higher than us currently, but I think the more we play, we're gonna learn more. And, of course, I think we're going to do very well.
Yeah? All right. Well, I'm sorry to do this to you, but I got to talk to you about Phoenix. I feel like you are responsible for Phoenix coming into the meta mostly. I mean, your plays have been unreal. Everybody's been talking about it. Can you talk about the hero? Do you feel responsible for this?
I mean, I press Sunray and I follow people, so I don't think I'm doing anything too out of the ordinary. But I think the original guy was actually September from LGD.
Okay.
Oh, was it? I think so.
No, it might be.
Yeah, he got to like 8k MMR, and I saw he almost only played Phoenix, and that was a while ago, and then like nobody was playing Phoenix that much at that time, and I was like, all right, this hero seems pretty interesting, and then suddenly people realized, Sunray is like ridiculous.
Right.
And it so happened that Epicenter was a time when everybody started realizing, and we were one of the first teams to like really abuse it. So, I just pressed Sunray.
You just broke the heart of so many Phoenix players. They're looking up to you to be like, yeah, we are the best.
There are definitely good things about Phoenix, and one of the important things is how you draft around it. You can't just pick Phoenix and not have a purpose for the hero, and that's something because I played it a lot in pubs and whatnot, I know what really makes Phoenix work better.
Right.
So that's why it looks better in our game sometimes than some other teams, because we just enable it better. That's it.
See, so it is practice and hard work, right?
There you
Not
go.
all just sun ray.
Mostly, but you know.
Mostly, but all right. All right, so let's go back to OG. Now, you are a team that very rarely gets 2-0'd. It's only happened a couple times. Newbie 2-0'd you, but newbie 2-0's everybody. What can you do? Liquid once in a while. Why is that? Are you a team that always learns and adapts, or do you think it's just coincidence?
I think it's just that we're like a pretty strong mentally team. So some losses, you know, we might lose, but we're still going to come back strong mentally. Like some teams just, they lose and then they're going to be very depressed for the next series or like the next match and might not be able to recover as much. But I feel like we're, you know, first of all, I think we're a good enough team to be able to take almost any team on to a full series. But it's definitely a lot on your mental state.
Yeah, and you're talking about that mental state. I mean, I've seen you guys play before. I've been in the room, and a lot of Dota teams are very serious. You guys, it's just like, it looks like you're playing a pub. You're laughing, you're having fun, you're yelling at each other. Do you think that kind of like friendship and brotherhood is what has gotten you guys so far?
I think it definitely helps. But you have to be serious sometimes. So we have a little mix of both. We have some guys who like to joke around a bit, but it's always good to have like somebody to bring up the atmosphere a little bit, but also someone to kind of tone it down and take it more calm and serious when you need to.
So who are those people on the team?
I would say that Crit and myself are probably the ones who are more calm and collected. And
No.
Yes.
No, just kidding.
And No-Tail, I mean, Big Daddy is
Right.
usually the guy who can bring like the mood up and make everybody a little happier.
What does Moon do? Is he just...
I mean, Moon
just
is like, you know, he can be a savage sometimes, he can be very informative sometimes, but like, he's a bit more, you know, informative, you can say.
I hear you. All right, last one for you. So there's a ton of rivals here at the event. I don't feel like OG really has like a rival. Can we make one right now? Who do you guys want to be the rival team with? Who do we cheer against when OG's playing?
I think our rival team would be Liquid, because they've always been able to have like to beat us, and I really want to beat them. I think they're, you know, probably the best team here at this current moment, and I would love to beat them because they, you know, last 2 or 3 series I think they beat us, so you know, I really want to beat them.
All right, well, we'll see if OG will face off against their heated, longtime rival Liquid, or who they'll be facing later in the Manila Major. Thank you so much for taking time out, and we'll see you guys with some more Major action. Thanks a lot.